I needed to bring a banger with the first video, drop a lot of value. In this video I'm going to share my proven sales call structure. I was able to close my first clients already with literally no sales experience, just an awesome presentation you do on a sales call. I literally signed after my 8th or 7th call already my first client. I thought, shit, okay, this is pretty decent. And then I learned it to a friend and he almost closed his literally first sales call with this structure, so it works, it fucking works. If you implement this, you're going to be able to close clients with literally no sales skills, no needed for this. You need to know some principles of sales, but I will explain the only really necessary things in this video really fast as well. I'm going to hop on my PC, take my glasses, now I look 10% smaller. This is not a method I created myself, only the presentation and microtype I will show you in a minute. But these things, we're going over the structure first. This I just had from courses and I learned from a lot of people, but these are really the basic things. If you don't know these things, go fucking read a book or buy a course or something, don't start yet. So, of course, start with small talk, where you're calling from, how you're doing. For example, my clients are only from the US, so it's a nice way to start off the call. We're calling from, oh, what time is there? I don't know if that is a nice method, but I always use it literally every call and it works every time to not let it be awkward or something. After that overview of the call, you always need to be in charge of the call. The client can't direct the call or say how it has to go. You have the steering wheel. You choose at any time how the call goes. So to do the overview of the call, first I'm going to ask a couple of questions. After that I will do a whole presentation and overview of what we do exactly, our whole process. Just say that in your words. The first really important thing is questions. Questions are really important to get the prospect in his feelings. Just ask a bit about them first, show interest that you really care. And a mistake I made a lot in the beginning is I read these questions like you really could hear it was scripted. They literally fucks up the whole principle of asking the questions. A good first question would be, how did you get into your market and how long are you in it now? But let it be as fluent as possible. And then a good question would be something around your service. For example, I sold appointments and leads, I provided them. So it asks, how do you generate your appointments at the moment? And they would give you an explanation and then, oh, okay, cool. And how many of these appointments could you generate by average in a month? And then they give your average number and say, oh, cool, what is your closing rate out of those? And then, so how many sales would that be a month? Then you know how many appointments they have, how many sales they got from that. Then you ask, and what is the cost to generate these appointments? If they already have good appointments, and then you hope they say a high price. And then you ask, and how many sales do you want to do in, let's say, 3 to 4 months from now? With this question, you will let them think into the future. Here they visualize their goal. Like, oh yeah, in 3 4 months, I want to have, for example, if they only have 5 sales now, they think, oh, I want to have 10 or 15 in the next 3 months. And then they think they have their goal in their head. And then you ask, oh, and what do you think are the main obstacles to hitting these numbers? And then with that question, then they're going to think of all the obstacles they got. Oh, my marketing is bad. Oh, I don't have the right facilities for this. And here, after this, the assurance, basically explain how confident you are you can help them solve their problem. For example, okay, John, I'm very certain we can help smash that goal very easily. We've had multiple solar companies just like yours doing the exact same thing. Some were even in a worse position as you're now in. And we've managed to help them completely. We've boosted their sales through the roof with the systems I'm about to show you. And then you go into the presentation. This is the basic stuff. This everyone knows. You buy a course, everyone knows this shit. But now the juicy things. It's a bit of work, but it works. Literally, you need to spend 1 day, 2 days setting this up, and then you're done. They have a killer sales call structure that you can adapt to every sales call you do, and that's really nice.
Nice.
So the slides, I have a lot of slides. What I do in short with the presentation is I say the problems that most companies have. After that, I show the Miro scheme. All the gurus I saw online, they do their system explanation in their, what the fuck? They do their system explanation in their presentation as well, but this just looks way cleaner. This looks like you really know your systems, your whatever your service is. You mapped it out nicely. This is not the nicest Miro scheme. I'm really shit at designing, but I don't want to hear a word about that because it works and I managed to make it work. So I begin with how we're going to get you sold, which is with more sales. And then I do a little, wow, back then I was a bit fat. Just a little introduction here, instead of what we do in really short terms. Say it in 1 minute. Every slide can't take more up than 2 minutes, not over it, otherwise you're hanging a lot. And we have a lot of slides, so you need to flew through it. You have to do it as fast as possible. Don't speed talk everything, but Don't lag at the fucking slide, okay? Go fluent through it with no pause. If they have questions, of course, answer them. You can maybe ask in the beginning if you have any questions along the way, please interrupt me. But almost nobody is going to interrupt you along the way. So I would say we are appointment setting and nurture agency for solar companies. What we'll do is we'll get you clients with our approved properly done for your systems every month. And otherwise ROI to bring you as much return on investment as possible. I have no idea from who I got it. I just really liked it. I put it in there. So here I go over the problems that my market has. My market are solar companies, and you have to know your niche really good to do these things. You can't just pick a niche and then suck this out of your thumb. These are real problems, so you have to do a bit of, for example, if your target market is real estate agents, you have to know exactly what our pain points are, what are struggles in their company. For example, solar companies, they do a lot of offline marketing, billboards, door knocking and shit. It's not great. I do online marketing, so I can really help them with these things. For example, I say solar companies have great production but lacking marketing skills, no pro systems, offline marketing, companies lead generation websites, and all the pain points. And then I provide a solution. So we only work in one market and we only provide one service so that you're expert in our field. And we will install systems on your business to provide for you high quality exclusive leads and appointments. Bam. Really easy. This is a solution. Don't need to be more than that. Then the system overview. System overview is the Miro scheme. I made here the client over here. The U means the client. And then you explain here your services. If you only do, for example, web development, you have only one blue box, but I offer 3 mini services in my big service. There's email marketing with automations I do on Go High Level. It's all included with the ads. Google review campaigns also on Go High Level, and Google Ads is the main service. It's all turns around this. Like you can see, these things have no really explanation because they don't really do a lot. You need to come across a pic like a gig, like I'm doing now. My glasses and my hand. I always have this shirt on. I literally have these shorts beneath it, but nobody sees that, nobody knows that. So the blue boxes are the small points, and the green boxes are just explanation. And every step has to have a green box with the explanation of it. Also, if you know it out of your head, this needs to be ready. You can't imagine how many calls I booked literally by just sending this, by not even being present here. They saw this, they thought, okay, I want to hop on the call immediately because they understand everything immediately because, yeah, even when I'm not present. So, and then here I explain all the steps I have. Again, the blue boxes are the steps of the pipelines I use. Here I explain, so your leads came on your ad. They can click 2 things, or to call you directly, or go in a landing page that we would create for you. And then on the landing page, they fill in then the customer survey, like you said here. And then the people that came on the landing page of your client turn into a lead. So I have a lead here. And then here, these are all those blue boxes are steps of automation I've implemented in Go High Level. So you have to create a landing page for your prospect. Okay, so this is when I created. Bam. And here, this is the customer survey. If you know I do it in my home. 50 university bill. Fill that in, and we got that information. We have a lead for your client. Here I explain the automations, the 3 steps: appointment confirmation, plus reminder, new lead, and no-show. So here are just these automations explained in the new lead pipeline. Literally what I do in the new lead, I say, here the new lead, we follow them up with info about solar to motivate them to buy solar. An appointment pipeline, these are the next one: appointment and confirmation, where they book an appointment. What happens then? They get a reminder, automated message. Here you can say it as well. And then if they show up on the call, again, as over there, show up on the call, it turns into a sale, hopefully. Then enjoy the testimonial pipeline. The no-show things, it also is included with the no-show, and rescheduling is here. Yeah, in short, what you have to do with the Miro scheme is you need to explain your whole process, and put explanation of every step besides it, so people would understand it even if you're not present. That's a bit the whole overview of this Miro scheme. I've even implemented the really fast and easy steps. These 4 steps normally only do SMMA gurus on their presentation themselves. I just put it in as well, just to make it look more efficient and easy. What we do in 3 sentences: we first take care of your Google presence and advertisement. Then you go on high level to get nurtured. Then those leads book appointments with your client. Those will hopefully turn into a sale. And after you explain this, you need to go into your presentation again. And then you show some results and examples. If you got some results in the past for past clients, you show them. Otherwise, if you don't, and you have a media buyer, ask your media buyer some past results he got. And if you do the ask yourself and you have nobody in your team, find a media buyer, or you can just skip this, but this is really helpful to give, because I had a client, no, I had a prospect once on a call, and I did all this, but then without the examples and results I did in the past, and he didn't even know what a Google ad was, and how hard I tried to explain it. He was just blocked. He didn't want to do it because he had no real clear vision what would be done for him. So it's a bit important. Here first, online advertising. Why I say I only do Google. Facebook is good as well. This fits my presentation really good because I do Google review, Google ads. And here you show how a Google ad looks, or a Facebook ad, and then some results you got in the past. Most of you probably do Facebook, so you put your Facebook ads managers in there, or from your media buyer, and just explain these things, what the impressions mean, what CTR means, click-through rate, and what the cost means. Just explain a bit to the clients understands. The Google review campaign, show some visuals of what you mean, videos, photos, doesn't matter. Here I explain the Google review part, here I explain the email marketing part. I explain the software, what happens in Go High Level, where they would have access to, landing page stuff. Last thing I say is not really necessary. I just like to do it because that's a big question that almost every client has, and because I implemented this, I don't have to say it to them anymore. Because literally everyone and their mom asks, okay, why would we choose you over everyone else? And then here, you beat them already because you have this. You can't ask it anymore because you already gave 8 reasons why you are better than everybody else. Fuck it, this is really important, implement this. At this point, you have to stop and you ask, do you have questions up to this point? After this, you go into the pricing, but before you go into it, you need to make sure that your prospects have no questions up to this point. Sometimes they have questions about high level. It really depends. Always something else. In the beginning, it's really difficult to answer questions. Maybe you freeze a bit if people ask questions, but don't worry. After my 3rd sales call, I wasn't freezing anymore. I could answer any question. I wasn't afraid of questions anymore. I think I got already every question that could possibly be asked, because you cover also already a whole lot. You make it as understandable as possible also with this structure. So there are not always that many questions, but always happens, and it's normal. So just have to conquer those objections. And after that, they have no questions anymore. The only question they probably have is, what is the price of this? And after this, you just do the pricing. I'm not going to explain this in this video. If this video is 1 like, I'm going to do a video about how to do the offer, pricing and everything, because that's the most important thing of the sale. But I can't include this with this video. I have to explain too much things with it. But now you know the sales call structure. Now you know really important things, how to do a sales call, how to structure a sales call from beginning to end. So that's perfect. Yeah, literally after the pricing, you have onboarding, and that's it. Okay guys, thank you for watching. Wish you all the best of luck. Make some money, and peace.